will bring some questions on this standard form. So let's have a go on question number 1. Before actually I start question number 1, I should explain you what is standard form means actually. So in questions, some like where we have bigger, larger, very, very large figures, and we don't want to do that as mathematicians. So we need numbers to write in standard form. Okay. So for example, in this case, in standard form, so I would say, yeah, in standard form. A standard form is a number which is written between 1 and 9, where 1 and 9 are inclusive. Okay, so remember that they are inclusive numbers. Time tens to the power of any number. Okay, so any number which is very, very small or which is very, very big is written in this format. Okay, would be called the standard form. So let's try example 1, 40,000. So how would write, imagine this number is very big. So how would write that in standard form? First of all, I would write it as 4 times, and you can see that I can write it as 10, another 0 and another 0, and how many 4 zeros? So 10,000. Okay, and you would agree with me that I can further write 10,000 as 10 to the power 4. Okay, so does that fulfill this condition? Yes, it fulfills because it's number 4, which is between 1 and 9. 1 and 9 are inclusive. 4 is in between, then times 10 to the power of any number. So yes, that's perfect. Give yourself a tick. 5600. Okay, 5600. So I would write 56 as 56 times 100, just separating. So I would divide this number by 10 and I will time the whole thing by 10. Okay, to make 556 as 5.6, I will divide it by 10, and this 10 will join up with this 100 to make it 1000, but not yet. I'm not done yet because the number needs to go as 5.6 times, it needs to be 10. So I will write it as 10 to the power 3. Okay, so that's perfect. Give yourself a tick if you got it correct. See, next question. So you see that how many zeros is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. So first of all, I would write 412, and then 5 zeros. I will write it as 1. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 100 and 100,000. And then I know that 412 is a very, very big number. Okay, that's what I do not want it to write in a standard form. I need to divide it by 100. Okay, because I cannot even take 41. I can only take 4. And then time it by 100 because because if you time and divide, you know, in operations you have to do both operations in just to cancel the effect of one thing. And then you know that 412 when divided by 100, it will become 4.12, and you merge this 100 along with this 100 and 1000. That will give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 before, and then 2 more zeros. But I'm not done yet because it needs to go with 10 to the power. So how many zeros are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so it will become 10 to the power 7. Okay, lovely. Okay, 2 more questions. This question is slightly different because it's a very, very small number, like 0. I don't know how many zeros are there. So let's count. It is, let me pick a pen, take red this time. Okay, so let's count how many zeros we have in this time. So we have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 7 zeros. So I would write that down as, because it's a very small number and I know this cannot be written. This cannot be the exact standard form, so I need to write it something 8, because the number needs to go as between in 1 and 9. 1 and 9 are inclusive, so I would divide it by 10 to the power 8, okay, and time it by 10 to the power 8. What would this make? So 10 to the power 8 will change this number into 8, okay, times 10 to the power, because when I multiply this number will become bigger, 8, and this 8 to the power 8 will go with 10 to become 10 to the power minus 8. Okay, this is also a small number, so note point 0.000345. Okay, so that would be how many? 1, 2, 3, and 4. So my decimal needs to be there. So I would write that down as 3.45. Okay, and time it by 10 to the power minus 4, because you can count the jumps, or if you want to use the traditional way of dividing and multiplying the whole thing by the number of jumps, that's still fine. Or you can, if you still want to do it without dividing and multiplying, you can just figure out that how many jumps did you take for each digit, then just time it by the 10 with the power of the jumps. That's it. Thank you. Okay, guys, two more questions in standard form. So when we have two numbers with multiplication and the brackets in between, and you have to write the whole thing as a standard form, it's not much difficult, or it's not a difficult way of doing it. It's just to, because it's a calculator question, so just multiply the number which are without index, multiply them together, okay, and then deal with the index format together. So 2.05 times by 8.17, when I multiplied, use your calculator, you will get let me, yeah, just multiply, you'll get 16.7485. Okay, and I will deal with the index form. 5 add 3, because use the index law as my previous video. So 5 plus 3 is 8. But this is not the standard form, because remember from the beginning that standard form needs to have the number 1 and 9. From 1 and 9, which is, this is in this form, this is 16, and it's not going to work as a standard form. So you need to make this whole thing as 1.6. Okay, so move every digit to the left, or use the traditional way of dividing this by I will divide it by 10 to the power of 8, and then multiply it by that as well, 10 to the power. Okay, and when you divide it, you will become not power, sorry, it will be just by 10, because all you need to do is just to divide by 1 0, because all you need to have is 1.6. Sorry about that, that's my mistake. Okay, so this will become 1.67485 times by 10 to the power. So it will become times by 10 to the power 9. So you just add up with 10 plus 1 become 9. Let's do another one. This is a non-calculator question. So you will see in exams, it's a typical exam style question. So you will see in exam where you don't have to use calculator, and you are not allowing a calculator because you can easily multiply the non index number, which is 8 here in this format, times 10 to the form, deal the index numbers together. 4 plus 5 is 9. And now you check your rule, is this a standard form? So yes, it is, because it's 8 from 1 to 9, a number, and times 10 to the power of any number. Okay, so give yourself a tick for that. Thank you very much for watching the video, and please like and subscribe. Keep watching my videos in order to learn more and more maths. Thank you very much.